thanks to the support as a channel member, Andrew McRobbie. Well, we're a very odd team this season, it seems. We are top of the league. Things are going really, really well. We're hopefully going to progress into the first round proper of the FA Cup today. We've only lost one game all year. 8-1 to Telford. I don't really understand how it happened, but we definitely still have that still in us. Hello and welcome to part 12 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have the fourth qualifying round FA Cup game away against Scarborough, and then we face Buxton in the league. Since you were last with me, we've got a nice little chunk of matches played. It's the Non-League to Legend way, second season in a league, and we're going to go a little bit faster this year. We're not going to take 10 episodes to get through this season. It's not season one anymore, and as you can see, things have been going really well. Romeo Beckham knocking in some goals early on. Nice little undefeated run. We've got the new youngsters. We already saw Joe Knight get a hat-trick, but Jack Morehouse is looking arguably even better. Cabby has settled in nicely. All going back. 8-1 loss. 8-1 loss against Telford. Inexplicable. Look at the XG. Look at the match stats. If I showed you those match stats and asked you to guess the score, not one of you is guessing 8-1. There's been a couple of matches this season where Blackman's been away on international duty and we've had to play youngster Rob Harley in goal. Blackman's there. He played in that one. But that was the last time Tozer played for us. I decided he was going to be the scapegoat, despite lots of poor performances all round. So those of you who are hoping to see the Ben Tozer long throw, unless he forces his way back into the team, you ain't going to be seeing it because he's too slow, far too slow. And like I say, we had to make a scapegoat, and he was the easiest one to scapegoat off the back of that game because it's a position we had players ready to replace him easily. But then we got back to winning ways. We're on a 4-match unbeaten run, and this is the league table as it stands right now. 13 games played, so just over a quarter of the way through the season. We are top of the league, 1 point clear of Chester and Gloucester. Our nemesis, Telford, are knocking around not too far behind us as well. But that is exactly how we would want this league table to look at this stage of the season. If we have a look at who's scoring the goals, they're shared around very nicely. And it's all these youngsters. The youngsters have made such an impact. Cabia, 6 goals from 8 starts. Morehouse, 6 goals from 9 starts. Knight, 5 from 5. Reese Evans, who's in on loan, and I mean, he's only got 5. He's playing as the centre forward. It's the midfielders around him that are doing the business. Beckham, 3 from 6. Bramall, 4 from 9. We've got so many players who are scoring at least every other game, and it's jolly nice to see. But we're not worrying about the league today. Today is about the FA Cup. We want to get into the first round proper because, frankly, we need the money. We need a cup run. Scarborough were in our league last year, got promoted, and are now in the bottom half of the National League. So they're not going to be in very good form. We are in very good form. Dare we dream? We want an FA Cup game, please and thank you. And this is the 11 we're putting out there. And you know how I mentioned sometimes Blackman's away on international duty? Today, Blackman's away on international duty. So we have got our 16-year-old youngster, name in the game player, Rob Harley, going to be playing in goal for us today. It'll be fine. We probably should have signed a backup goalkeeper back in the summer. But it's Harley in goal, a back four of Murray, Drummond, Davies and Banks. Ewing behind Devaney and Morehouse in midfield. Then Bramall on the left, Beckham on the right, Evans up front. I'm just checking. I don't think we did any more transfers. In fact, Drummond is the one. I was looking at Drummond thinking, do they know who Drummond is? Drummond is a centre-back who signed on Crewe until the end of the season. He's only just come in, but he had quite a good debut. So fingers crossed he continues to be quite good. But not all eyes on Rob Harley. Nobody look at Rob Harley. Let's not put any pressure on him. We just want to let him do his thing. And hopefully, I mean, this is a worrying way of tempting fate. Let's face it, he's not going to concede 8 goals, is he? So whatever he does, it's not going to be the worst goalkeeping performance for a Brackley player this season. That's my theory. And he has already played a couple of games for us because Blackman does go away on international duty a frustratingly regular amount of time. That's a good sentence. If I'd have known just how often he was going to be going on international duty, definitely would have tried a little bit harder to get a backup goalkeeper in. And it's certainly something we need to work on as and when we get any money. We don't have any money at the moment. We're over all our budgets. We literally can't sign anybody. We try and sign somebody and the most we can offer is £20 a week, and nobody wants to come in on £20 a week, weirdly. We could find a freebie loan, but that's easier said than done, and we haven't been able to find one yet. Certainly not one that's likely to be any better than Harley. And I guess there's no harm in developing our own youngster. We may as well develop our own youngster rather than somebody else's. We need a new goalkeeper. This is going to cost us hundreds of thousands of pounds. Imagine the cup run we could have gone on with a backup goalkeeper. False economies, boys and girls. We need to have a word with the board. With a proper goalkeeper, I suggest, yeah, I mean, he kind of leaned out of the way of that, didn't he? It's fine. We're not going to worry about it just yet. We're going to demand more. Remember, we are playing against a team from the division above. We are probably supposed to lose, but we've only lost one game all year, and Scarborough really aren't that much better than us. If we're thinking in terms of getting promoted, Scarborough are a team that we need to be better than next year, and that's a red card. That was an elbow, a red card. Evans actually dropped back down again after the red card happened. We immediately are going to go attacking off the back of the opposition going down to 10 then. This might be our opportunity. Beckham getting the tackle in, and then Banks lumps it forward to where Evans has now miraculously recovered from being elbowed in the back of the head. That's lovely skill from Evans. I mean, even the pass, Devaney's managed to make it look good. And now Bramall trying to keep the counter-attack moving. Bramall plays it forward to Beckham, who's made it all the way forward. And now Evans is there with the finish. I think it's offside. The linesman's got his flag up. Oh, it was a lovely move and a lovely finish as well. Evans looked like he meant that one, didn't he? Unfortunately, just couldn't keep himself onside. Devaney with the crosser. Beckham's there, but can't make contact. Morehouse plays it back out to Devaney. So he's going to try and whip it in again. He plays it out to Murray. Murray with the cross. Evans is lurking in the middle. Beckham's there too. Beckham brings it down on a knee, lays it off to Banks. Banks with the cross now to Bramall, who can't win the header. We are really trying to get this equaliser before half-time. Murray now drives it across. Evans is there again, but his header goes just wide. We had some chances to equalise there. I hope we don't live to rue them. But I think how well we were playing towards the end of that first half, I don't think we need to make an immediate change. We should probably do a team talk. The switch to attacking definitely seems to have helped. Obviously, Scarborough going down to 10 men has helped. Let's offer some encouragement. Normally, I would demand more when we're losing, but let's try and be nice. Let's encourage them. We are playing against a team who are better than us, and we've got a corner, and it's going to be Murray with the in-swinger. Davies is there! And club captain Keston Davies scores the equaliser. What an important goal that could end up being. 1-1, and I think we stay attacking. We're not likely to get a better opportunity to knock Scarborough out than when they're on the ropes and down to 10 men. So I think we keep going for them for now and try and grab ourselves a winner while we're playing as well as we are. Evans wins the ball back, and now Bramall trying for a counter-attack again, plays it across, looking for Beckham. Beckham, one touch into the penalty area, just needs to play it across. He does, he finds Devaney, and Devaney, it was easier to score than this, and he's somehow driven it wide, and we've had so many chances like that today where we just need to do a little bit better. I'm going to offer some encouragement. Again, encouragement worked before. Come on, boys, if you could be so kind, please do a football for me. That's my version of encouragement. Banks is shattered. Mark Little is shattered as he comes on because he's 50 years old, but he comes on all the same. We are going to bring on Ben Tozer, not in midfield, not in defence where he can be damaging with his pace, but bring him on in midfield where we basically can use his long throw. So we've got 20 minutes of a Tozer long throw now, and they are very effective. We've seen them a couple of times this season, and we hopefully will see one before this game is out. Bramall trying to get a counter-attack going again. Evans couldn't quite get there ahead of the opposition striker. Evans isn't playing every game now, by the way. Hall is fit again and has played a few matches, scored a few goals. Evans a little bit more mobile though, and it's nice to be able to rotate the two of them, but we don't want to rely too much on Evans. He does go back to Scotland in February, and Rob Harley, I mean, I forgot Harley was in goal there. I put a lot of faith in him coming out and collecting that, and he's actually done quite well. He's not had a terrible game. Big kick from him, finds Beckham. Beckham with a flick onto Morehouse, who's burst out of midfield, gone past his man, plays it to Evans, and it's another miss. And Evans, goodness me, is doing my head in. Let's get Hall on. Evans has had the chances today and he keeps missing. Hall gets 15 minutes. And 15 minutes of him on with Tozer doing the long throws. That's a nice little combination. Little playing it forward, looking for Beckham. He's left Beckham with an awful lot to do, and he doesn't get there. But is it Hall? Is Hall on now? I think that's still Evans lurking in the middle. It might be Hall now. It says Hall at the bottom here, but is that Hall? No, it's still Evans. I was going to say it didn't look like Hall. But either way, let's try and do a football. Tozer to Bramall to Devaney over the top to Morehouse, who's burst out of midfield again. And I think that's a very good save. We are getting so many chances. We don't even get to see the corner. We're offering more encouragement. 10 minutes to go. Give us a Tozer long throw. We all want to see it in action in a video. It is a thing of beauty. He can throw it an awfully long way. I'm building it up now. So if we actually do get to see one, it's going to be rubbish, isn't it? But he really can sling it quite far. It's Rory Delap stuff. Right, Drummond gets it clear, but only as far as Bramall, and now Morehouse has got a lot of space in midfield again to run into. He's got options ahead of him. He's decided to just go it alone. He's gone past his man. This is lovely from Morehouse. People might have questioned why Morehouse was playing ahead of Knight. That's why. He's won himself a penalty there, but that was great work from Morehouse. And now Hall with the chance to score, hopefully the winner from the penalty spot, and he does. It's 2-1 to Brackley with about 10 minutes to go. We've dropped back down to our positive mentality. And fingers crossed, we can now hold on to what would be a very, very important win against a team from a higher level that sets us up for hopefully a big money FA Cup run, because we really, really need a big money FA Cup run. Plus, quite apart from anything else, I'd quite like to be noticed on a cup run, because this is non-league to legend. We're not Brackley for life. If we have a nice little run to the third round of the FA Cup, a League Two club might notice me and be like, ooh, we want that man to have a really big house to live in. Let's offer him a contract. Right, Tozer heads it out to Beckham. Beckham just kicks it straight into his fullback, but then wins it back again. And Morehouse is everywhere today. Devaney out to Murray. Murray to Bramall. Bramall cuts it into Devaney, and now Hall, and he's picked up where Evans left off, just skewing his shot wide. Look at our XG today. We've got ourselves into such good opportunities. Our finishing has been absolute bobbins, but luckily they got a man sent off relatively early on, and it hasn't really hurt us. Beckham floats a corner over. It's a pretty poor corner from Beckham, and the Scarborough keeper plucks it out of the sky, lumps it forward, but Mark Little is there to just smash it back towards him again. I'd like that to be the final moment of the match. I mentioned before that Davies is club captain. Of course, Mark Little, club captain, never plays, so Davies has actually been the captain all season. But we've got both our captains on the pitch now. What is Hall doing there? Does he understand the offside rule? Davies wins it back. Drummond all the way back to Rob Harley with 15 seconds left on the clock. Harley, tell you what, he's got a kick on him. Look at that. That must have been wind assisted. Beckham collects it in midfield again, lays it off to Little. And now Little over the top for Morehouse. He deserves a goal today. It's come back off the crossbar. Oh, my word. I mean, we've won the match, and that's the important thing, but we should have won it by 4 or 5. We were all over them ever since the red card. We were all over them. We only get 10 grand for today, but it sets us up for the first round and hopefully big pennies. Let's do the draw. And here we have the draw for the first round of the FA Cup. The EFL teams, League One and League Two, are both in. Les Ferdinand's here running it. We obviously want an away game at the likes of Birmingham, Bolton, somebody with a big ground who can fit a few fans in. There's big away games to be had. That's what we want. Either a big away game or an easy home game. To be fair, a local match against Northampton would be quite fun as well. It would have been more fun at our place, because obviously no fans turn up at Northampton because they basically play in a little Sabutio stadium. But there is a Taco Bell next to it, which is quite nice. If you're ever driving down the M1 and want a Taco Bell, stop at Northampton. You do have to look at their horrible football ground to eat it, but it's worth it because Taco Bell's delicious and they serve apple tango. Right, are we going to come out of this hat? Can we come out of the hat? Reading have gone. Reading would have been quite a big match. Cardiff would have been a big match. Cardiff in League One. Interesting stuff. Blackpool, Birmingham gone as well. Preston would be huge. Preston in League One as well. And QPR. I mean, there's two big ones gone against each other there. Lincoln usually get quite a few fans through the door. We don't get them. Chippenham. We're not interested in Chippenham or Yeovil. Telford. No, I mean, we're definitely not Telford. Cambridge. Wrexham, obviously, big following. Bradford. Get good get good attendances, but Harrogate benefit from that. Rotherham, of course, my Twitch team at the moment, Sparta Rotherham. This one would work. No, and Wigan gone as well. All the big clubs are playing each other. What's going on? Why are we so late out of the hat always whenever I do this in a video? McDongs have gone. Wimbledon have gone. Bolton, we'll take Bolton. Peterborough are still in the hat. I noticed that would be a big one for me personally. Colchester, horrible to get out of. Grimsby, quite far. Chesterfield, Barnsley would have been a big one. Fleetwood, Chester, Dagenham and Redbridge, so potentially a triple threat. Dagenham and Redbridge in a triple threat against Peterborough. That's feeder club versus parent club right there. And we're still in the hat. Are we going to be the last team out? What is going on? Is there anyone any good left in this that we can have? Burton, who of course we managed in non-league to legend last year. Aldershot against Southend. Carlisle, Gateshead. Battle of the Bracks. The final name out of the hat, Bracknell, who are in the Southern Premier League South. I mean, we should win that. Bracknell versus Brackley. Okay. I was going to show you the first round match on camera. I mean, shall we still? Or is there a league game that's more important? Buxton, Southport, Radcliffe, Chorley. We could probably show you Chorley. Chorley's probably more important than that because we should win that relatively comfortably. I think I'll actually show you Chorley. Well, that wasn't as straightforward as it was supposed to be. I mentioned we had shipping a few goals in us, and we did it twice in that little interlude, losing 4-1 away against Buxton, beating Southport 3-0, then losing 4-3 to Radcliffe. It means 3 games later, we're now off the top of the league, down in 4th place, 3 points off the top of the table, but we do play Chorley now, who are up in 2nd place. So if we beat them, we can at least leapfrog back over them and hopefully jump above Chester as well if we get the goal difference. If we win like 5-0, we'll go top of the league here. So this is the team. Blackman is back from international duty, so he comes in goal. We now have a back four of Murray. Tozer, he's back. I just want the long throws. I've also made him club captain because he was unhappy. So, I mean, I've made him club captain and promised to play him more. So we need the long throws. Murray, Tozer, Drummond and Banks. Ewing at the base of midfield. Devaney and Morehouse ahead of him. As much as I like Joe Knight, I think that's my preferred midfield too. Bramall on the left. Cabia on the right ahead of Beckham. And then Evans up front, who got a hat-trick in our only win since you last saw us. Connor Hall did play and score in the next match, but we lost it. So I think Evans is my main striker currently. Although, as previously mentioned, Hall is going to have to take over again before the season is done because Evans is only here until February. So we can't upset him. We can't rely on Evans too much because we are going to need to end the season with Hall as our striker. Cabia slots it through to Evans. I think Evans is offside again, as we saw plenty of in that last match. I mean, maybe he's not. We've won a corner. So let's try and do a goal from the corner, I guess. Murray is going to take. Murray floats it over, looking for that far post where Drummond was lurking, but the corner's a relatively easy one for the Chorley goalkeeper to collect. And yeah, we'd very much like to get back to winning ways today, if that could be arranged. I also really want to show you a Ben Tozer long throw. We're giving him 90 minutes here. If we don't get to see him do a long throw, I'm going to double check I've got them on. I mean, I'm seeing them but in the in-betweeny bits, yeah, they're definitely on. I just want to show you one in a video. I've seen a few of them. They're very long. I don't know how else to describe them. They're very long. And hopefully we get to see one today. I don't think we're going to see one here because it's a goal kick for Chorley. A very strange one as well. We've put absolutely no pressure on them. They had 3 players just kind of, not even in a line, just casually hanging out on the halfway line, and we didn't try and pressure them at all. And Drummond has given away what appeared to be the softest penalty in the history of the world. Hopefully Blackman can redeem himself for disappearing off on international duty and costing us matches with a penalty save. It's exactly what he can do. We can forgive him. He's so good. It's fine that he's going to miss, 6-8 matches over the course of the season, gallivanting off doing internationals, because when he's here, he does things like that. He's too good to be playing in goal at this level. He is great. We just need to have a little quiet word in his ear about an international retirement. God, I thought we'd given away another penalty there. That looked more of a penalty than the one we'd just given away. If we gave away a penalty in the same highlight where we saved a penalty, I'd be quite sad. We've got a throw in here, but not quite far enough forward for Tozer to grab a hold of it and sling it a long way. Tozer, that's a rough pass from him, but Drummond just about gets there. But then Drummond can't find Cabia, and there's some very loose passing from us today, and this is alarming. This is not how I would like us to play, please and thank you. Murray's dropped back into the back four, or back into the centre-back position to just provide a little bit of cover for Tozer, which he definitely needs to do because Tozer's so slow. Devaney looked slow there as well. I mean, Chorley look a good yard faster than every player on the pitch. I mean, that's offside. I don't really understand why we look so off the pace today. Chorley can't be that good, but they are absolutely all over us, and we do just look slow everywhere. Right, Drummond to Morehouse. Morehouse, who's been arguably our best player all season. I want to see something special from him again. Look how quickly he gets up to support the striker. That's what's so good about him. Cabia can't get the cross in again. Chorley just the first to everything. Now Banks plays it into Cabby, who's got loads of space, floats it over to Evans. He can't get his header onto it, but Murray is there for the rebound. Just play it across goal. He does. It bobbles around in the area, and Bramall is there to grab his 6th goal of the season and put us ahead in the game. And that's a very important goal because we'd had a very slow start to the game. Chorley have definitely been the best team over these first 36 minutes, but we've weathered the storm and we have found a breakthrough. Murray does really well. He's gone all the way to the line there and just put it up into that danger area over the top of the goalkeeper, and we were queuing up to knock that one in. Could have been Evans, was Bramall, 1-0. And now we've got a Tozer long throw. Look at him go. I mean, that's not as long as they have been on occasion. They're better when they're angled. But, I mean, it still went quite a long way. I love a long throw. Right, Drummond. The only problem is when he takes him, he's so slow to get back because he is slower than me. Bramall floats it over. Morehouse is there. Ewing hits the post, I think. Either that or it was a very good save. I think he's hit the post, and that would have been another throw there. It would have been nice for us to be able to see it. Show me every throw in. Don't make me put extended highlights on. I just want to see every throw in. There's got to be some more dangerous than that one we've just seen. The man can. He's got 20. He's got a 20 out of 20. That means there is nobody in the database better at throwing the ball a long way than Ben Tozer. That's what a 20 means. It means you are the best you can possibly be. That's poor from Blackman. There's definitely no 20s there. He doesn't even put his hands out. It's like he's gone for that with his shoulder. Let's look at it on the rebound, on the replay. I mean, he's a big boy. Just stick your hands out. Okay, he does. He didn't look it from the other angle. I think that's been edited in post. Right, we need to offer some encouragement. A draw here is not a disaster. It definitely keeps us in the title race. A win would be much more beneficial to us, though, and certainly much closer to what we deserve. Once again, we're the victims of some terrible finishing. So I think we need to shuffle some things around. Beckham's going to come on. Morehouse can come off for Knight. Hall is going to come on in a minute as well, I think. But Evans has actually been our best player today, although he misses every chance he gets. He does create chances for those around him. Morehouse, Knight, Beckham, Cabia, Bramall, they all benefit from Evans stretching the defence more than Hall does. Hall's just a finisher. And I think the way we're playing this season, we need more than just a finisher. There is Evans stretching the defence again. He's got him behind. I want to combine them. What I need is Evans to carry Hall and then drop him down when he gets into the positions to have a shot. And then we'll have the perfect striker. Murray with the in-swinging corner this time. Tozer looking for it at the far post. Kind of ducked under it, but Evans is there to pick up the scraps. Plays it across to Tozer. Back to Evans again. Floats it over, looking for Beckham. Beckham never really fancied it, didn't attack it. And it was a pretty poor cross, to be honest. I mean, it was on Evans's weak foot. And I think that's probably enough for him today. Thanks. What we might do... I was thinking of a way to get 2 up top. There isn't really a way to take off Bramall and get 2 up top. We don't have anyone who can go out into that left-hand side. I think we'll just do a straight swap, get Hall on. We don't want to go too mad. Certainly don't want to lose this game. We would like to win it. We're offering encouragement again. We're giving Hall 10 minutes to get onto the end of a Beckham cross. Or lay a ball off for Knight to burst out of midfield. Or neither. 1-1. I mean, I guess it's fine. but we are having a little bit of a, hopefully this is our wobble for the season. We've only won one of our last 4. Let's hope that's the wobble and we do start to recover. I'm going to play the FA Cup game off camera. You don't need to see us play against a lower league team. Depending on who we get in the second round, assuming we get there, we are wobbling and we might come back for that. We'll see how it goes. I've not made up my mind yet. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.